What's up, my beautiful butterflies? It's the Awakened Butterfly, and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please stay for the entire video. And if you like the content, make sure you subscribe and like. Welcome back, my day one butterflies. I missed you guys so much. I'm so excited about the video that we're about to do today. I had to take some time and do some research on some things, and I'm very, very excited about what I've come up with. So I'm very eager to share it with you guys. I hope everyone's been taking care of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And guys, I want to thank you guys so much for 300 supporters. It means so much to me. You just don't understand how much it means. It's very inspiring. It inspires me to want to get the message out to you guys even more. It touches my heart more than the way that you will ever know. It motivates me. It inspires me. It gives me love, and it, enables me to give love in return. The energy is great here, and I love it. So, with that being said, guys, the title of the video, you know that I will be talking about tech toys and their how they start an introduction to gangstalking for children. Um, there's a lot of new toys out there that they do all these cool things, and they're so up to date that it shocks us in amazement sometimes as to how a lot of these virtual reality tech toys are able to do what they do. And with them being able to do what they do, they not only provide an entertaining experience, but it also allows us to step outside of our reality, which to a certain extent could have some psychological effects. And as you know, the new the VR, I think it came out like a couple of years ago, maybe, I'm not sure, but um it has a lot to do with a lot of the development of the toys that are introduced to the world today. And I did some research, guys, and I ran across a couple of toys that really wowed me, and I did further research on them, and I just felt that it was really important to share with you guys today, because it's just really amazing how the most things in life that we feel that are simple are not. And it's one thing for our privacy to be invaded, but for our children's privacy to be invaded is just, you know, it's not something that we want to happen. And I just want to let you guys know that we are all gifted, and God picked us for something. And I just want you to know that every message that I give is presented from God, and I want you guys to know that I am fully aware that it is Satan taking place behind the scenes of all of these things that are going on. I'm very aware that it is a spiritual warfare between, good and evil, angels and demons, and so forth. So I always, put God first before anything that I do. And I always pray and meditate, and I ask him for wisdom and guidance. So I feel that every video that I present to you guys comes from a very special place in God's heart. And I feel like he gives the message to me to give to you guys. So let's get right into this video. All right, guys. So the first toy that I'm going to discuss is Surveillance Barbie, better known as Hello Barbie, which is created by the toy company Mattel in partnership with Google and Apple Siri. This allows the child to have an actual conversation with the doll and to also learn from voice recognition. Whenever the child is in converse with Barbie, the child's voice is recorded to an unknown server. And yes, guys, through research, it said unknown server. So that means that when this toy is purchased, you will have no idea what software server your child's voice is being uploaded to. Anyone can be listening to it, you know. Once this is processed, once the child's voice is processed, when she is in when they're in converse with the doll, an appropriate reply is then processed and transmitted back to the child, giving the child a realistic experience of having a conversation with this doll. The child really thinks that they are having an actual conversation with Barbie herself. Um, in order for the child to be able to use the doll has to be hooked up to a Wi-Fi connection. Both of Barbie's legs are rechargeable batteries, and the microphone is stored within her necklace. Um, the recordings that are saved by the server, that are uploaded to the software server, they are saved, and they are uploaded to a software through a company called Toy Talk, which is also in partner with Mattel, the creators of the Hello Barbie. Um, the Toy Talk system not only uploads these conversations between the child and the doll, but it also um, makes it also sends a daily email to the parents of the child, not only letting them hear have access to these conversations, but also letting the parent have the right to control how long the conversations are and what the conversations are about. Um, Guys, I this is really, it just really shocked me when I, researched these things, because for one, I didn't know it was a doll um on the out on the market like that. And this doll is $75. So I don't think I've ever known a Barbie to be that expensive besides the life size Barbie, but I'm not really sure. Um this is giving the parents the authority to monitor and control the system between the child and the doll. And when you think about it like that, you know, if a person doesn't really think about it, they will say, this is very cool. This is allowing me to know what my child is talking about, to see, what's on their mind. That way I can protect them from some things, and just in case they're privately talking to Barbie about something that I need to know. And on the other hand, in reality, it is a sign of gang stalking. It's an early introduction for a child. Because let's say, for instance, a parent just so happens wants to ask the child, after they've listened to the conversation, the recording for the day, and they go into the child's room and say, hey, what have have you and Barbie talked about today? Or not even, I'm sorry, not asking what they've talked about, but actually mentioning what they've talked about. Kids are much smarter than what they get credit for, and I feel like, depending on the age of the child, which I think this age ranges from maybe 4 to 7 years of age, maybe. Um, I'll say 6. They're gonna say, "Mommy, how did you know that?" I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing. They probably would get a little confused because they knew that no one was around when they had that conversation with Barbie except for them and the doll. So, and then it's it's invasive, but it's also a psychological thing, you know, because not only are the parents able to hear these things, it's uploaded to a software server created by a toy company. So that means that there's several more other people that are hearing this, and they're using this for their own purpose, which may not be good. Um, so I do feel like this, you know, this dog could be a little invasive due to its surveillance tactics. Yeah. All right, guys. Comment down below. How do you feel about Hello Barbie? Do you feel like it's an okay toy for a child to have, or do you feel like it is invasive and just not safe for a child to be playing with due to everything that's going on with gang stalking and electronic harassment? All right, guys. Do a lot of you remember when you were younger? They had the toy called Viewmaster, and that's when you take the round film cartridges and you put it inside the projector, and you pull the handle down, and you get to see different images. Well, it's really kind of considered as a baby VR in its own way, due to providing an image that is entertaining to the child, but it's not an actual real thing. You get it. But you know, now things are more modern these days, and things have, you know, upgraded. People have gotten smarter, and you know, things have got more advanced. With that being said, guys, the Viewmaster that we remember as a child has been made over. It was actually remodeled and done over. I said remodeled like it was. You get it, guys. It was remade in 2015, and it is now called the Matrix Junior. Yes, I did say the Matrix Junior. I couldn't believe that name, but that is what they named this toy. And it is a VR headset. Instead of, you know, you holding it's more of it's a headset. It's like a smaller version of the bigger VR. This version relies on the support of a smartphone, which makes it cheaper at a retail price of $29.99. Unlike the vintage version, this version does rely on the camera of the smartphone for sensory and motion factors. The VR is it's designed like, okay, the way the lens is designed, how it's explained is each eye has to focus on a special lens, okay? And with each eye focused on a special lens, it then creates a 3D illusion. Augmented reality. It takes place when the visuals are derived from the smartphone. And the virtual reality experience comes from the app. Now, I forgot to mention that this toy is also in partnership with Google. Guys, I just want you to know that, you know, some of these things that are being used to create these realistic experiences are actually taking from realistic experiences, if you know what I mean. Okay, so it is explained that the virtual reality takes place when it's connected with the app. And it also explains that when you first put the headset on, you will see a staticky effect as if, your vision is trying to become, trying to get clear with your new reality. And after your vision becomes clear, you will be able to look down and see the ground and look up and see the sky. So it's like you're in a whole nother, reality within itself. Um, it's serving as a gateway real real VR and AR. AR in so many words is the actual reality versus virtual reality. And I feel that the new version was designed um, to try and show kids that virtual reality is much better than actual reality. And this toy provides a temporary escape to a world that doesn't actually exist. And um, you don't want your children to feel that they can escape anything that they're going through with, just the click of a headset. Um, Virtual reality, I mean, that within itself is just something that was designed by the Matrix. So it's just nothing to think about. I just don't feel like it's healthy for children. Something for them to get addicted to doing on a daily basis, and putting on the headset, and just it's not good psychologically in the long run. And guys, did you know that the old Disney images that were inside of the Viewmasters, those were actually cartoon ads? So just think about that for a second. Like, it was just think about what it was doing for us as a child, the experience that we got from that, and what it really was versus to what we thought it was. Um, yeah, guys. So comment down below how you guys feel about the new Matrix Junior, the new version of the Viewmaster. Let me know if you guys think that it's appropriate or inappropriate for children to play with due to gangstalking and electronic harassment. Which brings me to our last but not least toy that we're going to discuss today. And his name is Howpow. And this is a smart toy. And they describe this toy as really smart. And it's a little dinosaur. It's a dinosaur about this big. And he has a button on his belly. And when the kids push the button, they ask him questions. And the question is processed and returned. Now, not only is this question processed, it's processed through the IBM Jeopardy software. So that means that it's probably designed to answer any question that the child has, because it's hooked up to an artificial intelligence, basically. This is the thing, though, guys. This toy right here, this is the most mind blowing thing with this toy with me. Now, before you can actually give this toy to your child to play with, it has to be set up by the parents, of course. So a part of that setup is when you first turn the device on, there will be questions asked about your child and that you would have to answer. Their interests, their likes, their dislikes, their name, all of these questions about your child that you have to answer pretty much customizing it before you even give it to the child. Um, this toy also teaches educational games. It boosts their math, reading, and spelling skills, which is a great thing. Um, but the fact that it runs off of a artificial intelligence software, and it asks you so many questions about your child, which means that um, it will be communicating with your child as if in a way, it's giving your child the impression that the toy is real and everything that it's saying is real and it's actually talking with them. In all reality, it's a recording. And like I said, with all the other toys, you never know who's listening. And you know, they're the makers of this toy is Cottony Toy. That's the name of the company, and it's just giving the impression that it's like a robotic thing. Like with this toy, it gives me robotic vibes, like a babysitter, a parent, a teacher, and a friend all in one. And I mean, let me explain before what I mean by that. Okay, they're first off asking you all of these questions about your child before you give this toy to your baby, and it's like they're trying to get to know your child. Now, when I say they, I'm not just talking about the Howpow, the little dinosaur. I'm talking about the people behind the scenes. You know what I mean? There's someone else listening. You know, there's someone else listening. And just think if your child was in daycare or um, with another family member, just at a time where they're a small town where they're not around you, and the gang stalking starts, and someone walks up and asks them a question that's related to what they've been discussing with these toys. It is going to confuse the child on so many levels, on so many. Um, the artificial intelligence and the using computers to communicate with children through toys is just modern technology in so many ways does not make me because it's like sometimes these people are getting too smart for their own good, and to the point to where they think they're smart but they're really not, because after so long, guys, the robotic behavior starts to become obvious, just like when you Google something, and once you've asked that question and an answer becomes available to it, and then someone else comes behind. It's like a pattern of things that have already been, recorded and answered before you even typed it in. They already had the answer there, which I don't think anything's wrong with Google, besides the fact that if it's used to invade someone's privacy. But for researching and things like that, there's nothing wrong with Google. I think it can be an educational thing if it's used properly. But when you have Google and partnering with Siri and things of that nature, it becomes very, very advanced. And, that's when people's minds start to get played with, and we don't want that to happen to our children because they're innocent and, they don't deserve any of it. So, I mean, it's an easy solution to this because I also don't want to make videos on things and express it to you guys and don't have a solution that I feel is right for it. And I hope I've done that with all of my videos, guys, because I love you guys and I think about everything before I present it. And I also think of some things that I can say that can help, eliminate the problem. And with this actual situation, guys, it's easy. You know, just keep the toys simple if you can't. Like, as far as like the extra stuff where toys need to be hooked up to an iPhone or Wi-Fi, that's when it gets a little invasive. And I think for small kids, it would just be best to just keep it simple. And there's plenty of great toys out here that are not hooked up to a Wi-Fi connection, or so yeah, or a smartphone. So that concludes my video, guys. I hope you really liked it. I enjoyed researching and presenting it to you guys. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and please share this video, guys. Like I said, I really appreciate my 300 supporters. I love you guys so much. You mean so much to me, and we're going to continue to grow and teach and learn, spread the word together. Don't forget to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And until the next video, guys, peace and love.